Chief guest of the function, Dr. J. Shashi Kumar, Professor and Head, Power Engineering, GMR Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh. Respected Professor and Head, Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Nala Kumar, Dr. Venkachanan, the coordinator of ISTE chapter for both faculty and the students, faculty members, researchers and student friends. Good morning, Manala present here.
Good morning.
I am really delighted to see the gathering. The reason is so many enthusiastic people who is interested in research. Now, the future of any technology, it is not lies on how you are using the technology, it is how you develop the technology. And as far as the teaching learning process, the teacher is concerned, unless you have a research component in your profession, it is very difficult to survive. Or even for the students also, the research is an important component. The gone those days in 2000 to 2010 and 2011, where a student has been taken to the industry just because they have a degree. Now that is not a scenario in most of the industries. Because most of the industries are acquired by the major industries, and they, for day-to-day work, they like to recruit only the students from ordinary degree background. But as for the company is concerned, they needed people who is having an innovative mind. So these innovative minds comes only when you start involving yourself in the research during your UG as well as PG courses. And as for the faculty is concerned, many times the faculty take up the research only justify the condition that they want doctorate. But that is not the case. Because when I am thinking into 1994, the minimum qualification to be principal is BE. You may wonder, when I joined my engineering profession in 1990, my principal is holding only UG degree. And suddenly one fine day ISTE said that the minimum qualification to be the principal is post-graduation. Then in 2000, most of the principal was holding PG degree. And in 2004 onwards, 2004, 2005, something, immediately UGC said at least the institution head must have doctorate. The later, in 2012, the ISTE is redefined. 2010, they redefined the basic degree to join engineering college as a faculty is MTech. Till then, the BE was a qualification to join as a teacher. That time we were called as a lecturer. So once they brought the designation, minimum designation assistant professor, they said it is a MTech. Later now, by 2021 or 2022, now ISTE already sent a circular that the minimum qualification to join an engineering college or higher education institution is a doctorate. Now if you don't have doctorates, I think people never have job to serve in teaching profession. Now the question arises why these changes have been taken up. The reason is very simple. The research component, when they see the global level, entire world, the research outcome of India is very, very poor when compared to other small countries in the world. The output of research from India, and when you see the plagiarism, most of the people, even when you think about symposium at a very lighter stage, they simply cut and paste the paper, they remove the name of the author, they put their name and then present. And the audience will be clapping the notes. And there we are teaching how to copy. We are not teaching the student how to do your own work and present your paper. And in the name of symposium, we are teaching all our students that you can do cut and paste. And when it comes to even, the things is very worst even in national level conferences also. Even I have found that many college faculties, they does it. There was a case in just 4 years before. The thesis was submitted and they got a degree also. Then one fine morning, the director of research got a letter stating paper on which the degree is conferred is my paper. It is not their paper. With evidence they submitted, immediately the degree has been taken off. And they blacklisted the faculty that they are not entitled to join any of the Anna University affiliated college as an assistant professor also. And they are sent home. And now you know that Anna University has brought a very stringent rule because the rules is not framed. It is made to frame because of the lot of piracies, copyright violations and all. What they do is, they remove the graph. There was an incident, I really fun about that. It is my own experience where I was a dean. I have seen a project thesis where they have taken image processing. In image processing, the input image was, it is something like a car registration number recognition system. The paper is on name number plate recognition system is the project title. And they have shown an input image. The input image was Hyundai car. When they show the photo image, it becomes a Maruti car. And the first author is a faculty. Second author is a PG students. I was wondered. I congratulated the madam. I called, madam, you have done a wonder. Because if I use your processor, even any Hyundai car can be converted to Maruti car, or any Maruti car can be converted to Hyundai car. Then you have to patent it, madam, I said. Then she said, sir, it is content based, sir, that's how it's happened. And within 15 days, I got a letter stating that there was a gentleman, he wrote a letter that this paper is directly taken from my article. If you don't withdraw from the journal, I am going to shoot a case against your faculty and the college. Then finally we had a compromise with the first author. Fortunately, he didn't challenge through lawyer. Actually, there is a definition of copyright violation. For every 20 sentences, the copyright says like this. Because I am in publication for the last 20 years. 1999, I wrote my first book. I know the detail of copyright. For every 20 sentences, if 2 sentences are alike, you are under Copyright Violation Act. You are under Copyright Violation Act. The prime author, the first author, the original author, even claim he can shoot a royalty penalty of up to 1 crore and imprisonment for 5 years. This is the depth of copyright violation, and many students in engineering college, including students, they keep violating the copyright. And the question is why these people are not being identified means because they are copying from one of the not the best journal, one of the worst journal. From there they take the paper. So those authors, they never mind you publish their paper or somebody's paper. Suppose if you does the same thing with IEEE paper or elsewhere paper, immediately you get a showcase notice from the lawyer. And you don't have any other work, you will be stand before the court of copyright violation, and whatever damage charge they lay upon you, supposed to be paid. So this workshop mainly is concerned about what is the struggle. We have an expert member came from Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Shashi Kumar. He is talking about how to write research papers and all. And I will be taking one session on how to go with your PhD work. Because many faculty members, in my experience, they really do not know what is research is. They think that registering in Anna University itself is a research work. Registering your course in Anna University is not a research. It is only a registration process. They always confuse that. What are you doing? I am doing my PhD. What are you doing? I am registered in Anna University. That's what they say. By registering Anna University, it doesn't mean that you are doing research. And researcher need not register in Anna University also. You can do independent research also. So in the afternoon session, drowsy hour. So I ensure that I'll ensure that you have a nice sleep also in the afternoon. My lecture will be such a nice, wonderful delivery, so that you get a very nice sleep. And often when you get up, you get a very good information also. And I'm thankful to Dr. Shashi Kumar, Dr. Nalla Kumaraswamy, for giving me this opportunity. And once again, I welcome Dr. Sachi Kumar to honor our workshop. Thank you, sir. Thank you.